I was told to share the link to invite you all. I am putting a link in right away. At least I'm going to try to see if I can remember how to do this. Chat. Don't know what happened there. Try to put it in. If anyone can see me, let me know. So to make sure I do this right. I put the link in here to invite you all. Let me know. Copy. I think it's something that I forgot that I was supposed to do to paste this. Giving everyone a little time. Greetings, whoever's tuned in. Please let me know if you can see me. I had some testing ran yesterday, and now I am thinking that I'm in on my end. As you all know, this is only my third time coming in on StreamYard, so I am still in the process of learning StreamYard. Yes, I did have assistance from my internet brother guy. However, still, because the stream is different, I'm not going to act like I know for sure that I'm in. So if whoever's tuning in, you could say hi and let me know that you hear me, you see me. That would be great. Let me see, can I get an invite in here? I'm gonna wait, give everyone time enough to come in. Hey there, Sister Dorothy. Can you see me? That's what I need to know. Can you see and hear me fine? That's what I need to know. Thank you so much for tuning in. Because now I'm just trying to click my link. Sometimes, and my technical guy saw it too, sometimes when I click in, it does not click. So perfectly my keyboard is messing up to my piece of blessing. Yes, I can see you. Yay! Put them on me. Okay, I would be good, y'all. Oh, I would be good. Yes, and I have a brother. He's trying to get me to send him the link because he wants to get in on this hot topic. Shalom, hey there, got the group in. Yay! Boom, doom, doom. Doom, doom, doom. Don't y'all act like y'all don't know that I'm a dramist. Put him on a beat. Oh, I'm in. Okay, y'all. Okay, y'all praying for me, huh? Somebody praying for me, huh? Well, y'all better keep praying because my mother and my father, and they was here on the earth, and now my aunties and uncles and those across the world. That's how I tell y'all. That's how I'm surviving here. I've been in the midst of a lot of prayer, so it is good to see you all. Happy Wellness Wednesday here with Dr. Chef Alicia Ann Hill. I am here as your naturopathic doctor, practitioner. Some may call me prophet. Some know me for working in ministries, different ministries in health and wellness that helps with the mind, body, and your whole soul. For those who all don't have a soul, then that means that you have some type of spirit in you. All right. And that's the reason why I chose this topic. No, it was not an easy topic to have to address. However, I've been addressing it through consultation, coaching, and through learning about life, relationships, and our bodies, especially as women. I can 100% speak mostly from the perspective of women. So this channel, this station, I must put this out here, is mostly for our women and only for the men, the fathers, the brothers, the husbands that are in tune and that love and care about their women, and where we are mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and physically. Then this in turns benefit you, because if it is for your wife and you're tuning in, then that's your helpmeet. The more healthier minded within spirit, mind, body, and soul that your wife is in, then that's the more help that you receive as a husband. The same as for a son that's tuning in or a grandson that's tuning in. This is how much more help that you can be and more understanding that you can receive from watching my channel, from tuning in and supporting what I do is showing and sharing, and even in some ways a prophetic thing, because this is something that has been within me since childhood. I know I did not learn these things in college, all in college. Matter of fact, I would say is on the 10% percentile as far as the learning that I've learned. I've learned things more so from studying and reading, and mostly from paying attention to our people working together with our women and our men and our children. And then also from myself, my own personal experiences, and from friends, family, and loved ones. Okay. And so let me make sure that I put that out there, because I had someone that asked me on the other day, what is it that you really do, and what is the theme of what you do? And I say, yeah, I thought about it. I don't brief as much, even though you all see it. If you check and click in through YouTube, you'll see that I gave out a um a welcome address. But my welcome address, hey, Sister Jamaica, you made it in. If you are able to put the link in there, I highly appreciate that. Brother Dogo, the one that helped me with my internet and getting into StreamYard, you all wants to chime in on this one. For those who do not know, he is a Hebrew Israelite, and he's his sect. I'll let him send out his greeting there. I have opened up this platform for those who have questions, because he has many children and he has wife. Therefore, he most definitely is interested in this subject matter, and the fact that he is on his health and wellness journey. And so this is why I gave the greet concerning the men. The reason why this is beneficial. I don't have a platform where I open it up for debate, because you can't. I do believe, and watch how I say this, and know that when I say it, I mean it. I believe that it's completely, totally foolish to debate things that others have learned on their journey called life, especially if it's an area that they are more versed in and they have educated themselves in and they have experience, because no one person can truly say with 100% honesty and truth what another person has experienced or have learned throughout their life. Just because, out of all fairness, my view and my experience, and I'm not even open for too many of opinions, because I see opinions as just a opening for you to get into the minds of someone else. It has not anything to do with, it does not have anything to do with what's true or what's factual. Okay. So you won't hear me use the term in my opinion much, because I look at that word as exactly the way it is spelled, open in. Okay. So with that being said, this subject matter must be had. What provoked me to have the subject and to do the part 2-1, you all requested, there were several that requested for a part 2 in this segment called Dr. Shelf and Fruitful Sex Part 2. For those who say, okay, what qualifies you, Dr. Shelf? What qualifies me is that I'm a woman that has been fruitful. I have multiplied, and I also eat a lot of fruit, which has a great effect on my body and health wise. I have been healed from this process of eating to live. I also know the spiritual, emotional, mentally taxing effect that it has on our system, especially the women in our wombs. And of course, that means in some of our men. But I will be mostly addressing the women here because I do believe that women ought to learn from women when it comes down to our anatomy, when it comes down to our spirit, when it comes down to it. Because anything other than that, there's going to be a lot of hidden and missing. And I do believe in this. I do feel the same concerning women and trying to constantly address men with certain things. You can only address the men and his anatomy and things of that nature based off of what you learn in textbook. But when it comes down to what a man feels, what his body goes through, what his spirit really truly goes through, the closest I see that we as women get to feeling that emotion or that sickness or that ailment is when we become one with them during sexual activity. When we become one with them through constantly allowing them in our canal and to teach us and to groom us. But that does not mean that we 100% understand. I said exactly what I meant, understand how that man feels or how or what in its entirety makes that man body tick. Okay. And so that's my stand. I'm standing on it with all toes, foot, legs, my whole little bitty body. And with the help of the Most High God, the creator of us all, okay, and of this entire earth and universe. Okay, make no more bolder statement and claim than that, because it is what's true to me. Those who all that say, okay, well, since you have a spiritual following, a religious following for these people, what is your stance on this one? Biblically, I do not use the Bible in a lot of cases for some of these things because, once again, I believe there's a quote where David says that my word have I hid in my heart, meaning in my mind, that I might not sin against thee. And so a lot of times I'll have to pull out scriptures because it's in my heart for the scriptures that I know that I can use and I can apply to today's everyday life that's actually helpful for myself and for those who I'm sharing these different things that the Most High has allowed me to learn along this journey called life, and especially along this journey called health and wellness, and how to eat to live and how to be a better person, a better human being, a better woman, a more healthier minded woman, no matter what life may throw us. Okay. And so I had to start off with that because I wanted to make myself really, really clear. Sister Jamaica, have you figured out how to put in the link there for me? If not, then let me know. I believe because we all share offices here, brother may be in. Sometime I get it, sometime I don't. I'm gonna try again before I get into, because this is Wellness Wednesday, and you all know the routine. In order for me to be able to keep this going, I have to allow myself to the opportunity to give those a chance to partake in being healthy by let me see, will it let me? Okay, I think it's going to let me now. Give me 1 second, you all. No, it's not allowing me to. It's doing that little funny thing that it does. Unable to place it. Okay, thank you for letting me know. Yeah, they changed up a little bit, a few things, because I know there may be someone that may have a question concerning this, so I don't want to stop and give up on sharing that link with you all. Yeah, it just does its own thing sometimes, but it's all right. That's a part of patience, and your patience possesses your soul. Okay, y'all. Hmm. And so, even for those who say that we're all that we all have the same blood. We all come from the same place. You all forgive me because I have a couple of things that I'm going to share with you all before we get in the heart and the meat of this. Show my goal will be to be before you all about an hour and a half or so. So yes, you can take your breaks in between if need be and rewind back. Please remember to like, share, you all. If you think for 1 second that there would be anything that I share with you all that'd be good, please like, share. That helps the channel to grow, because without us having at least 100, they have changed the rules. I will not be able to do any videos for you all. So that does matter now, because that's their rules, and we abide by that, so I can continue to come on and share with you all. We will be patient and muscle through it. Yes, because I'm looking at the options that they're giving me to do it. But then when I go to try and put it, I notice when I go to put it in the chat, the string goes dark on me, which is weird. And note that for anybody that wants to, you don't want your name show, there is, if you look over into, I don't know how it's set up on you all's end, you can put in private chat. You can put in something there. I will see the number pop up, and I can ask the question for those who may be shy or just want to ask it for someone else. I can see comments and statements that's been made. I can see comments and statements being made that way as well. So just so you all know. Okay. All right. All right. Sister Jamaica, do we have the Cash App going across the stream at all? For those of you all that don't know, Sister Jamaica is my moderator. I do have room for another if for anyone that is technology savvy, preferably those who have been with me for at least a year, or that I personally know, because that means that you have personal access to me and my personal time outside of this, because of different discussions that we may have before I come before us. Mind you, everything that I state, especially if it's already set up 24 hours in advance, or in this case where it's a part 2, then that means that there has been a discussion that's been had concerning this. And myself, yes, I did pray about it before I actually came out. Okay, I see you, Sister Jamaica. And so I'm now at a place, then can you place the Cash App in for those who want to give and donate? Remember, all donation proceeds go right back into our health and wellness products. You all bear with me for a few minutes. Give me time enough to do this for those who tune in, because it is Wellness Wednesday, before we get into the heart of this topic matter. For some reason, I don't see where maybe to go live for Instagram. I was trying to let Instagram in on it, you all, but I see, they want me to put in a whole, okay, they got things done differently now. I don't have time to do that in that way, so we have to find a way to share it to Instagram another time. Am I live now? Give me 1 second, you all. I got to hit a couple of things. Oh, my niece looks so cute. Anywho, yeah, and so if we can do that, then that would be great. I can put that up into the chat while we wait, Sister Jamaica, if you're able to. If you're not, then you're driving or you got your hands full, Sister Jamaica, and just let me know, because I do know you have boys. I think I may be able to do this. You all get your questions ready. Y'all know what this is about. For those of y'all tuning in, any type of questions you have that you feel, ladies, sisters, brothers, that could be possibly affecting yourself, your daughters, anything that has anything to do with your sexual organs and the effects that you feel like it may be having on your health and wellness, or on your mental health and wellness, please let me know. You all, the Cash App in the link. I know it's long. I'm working on getting a shorter one. Thank you all so much, Sister Pastor, thank you so much. $100 donation and helped out tremendously. I was trying to get some more things accomplished and done, and yes, it did help out tremendously. And I was able to help a child that was in need. And eventually, when we all get our schedules worked out really well, working around, because as a mother and as a caregiver, one that has always worked in this field of taking care of people, I'm very sensitive and very highly aware of privacy of my clients and those who I work with, because I don't want them to feel like they're just a showcase, okay? And yes, as much as compelling as that could be with helping us to get money and things of that nature, I like respecting people's privacy as much as possible. It's the reason why I don't always drop names, but I'll drop the testimony or the example first, because I'm a firm believer that those who are accustomed and know how to read body language and voice and the spirit and have a spirit of discernment, you could tell when someone is being honest and when they're not, for the most part. Notice what I say. I believe, and I could tell that those who pay attention to how people speak and in the manner that they do and in the spirit that they carry, or even when you look into the soul, the eye gates of a person's eyes, you can tell when they are being honest or not. And so it's not as much work to have to prove certain things today, only for those who have been, as we call, taken advantage of a lot. And yeah, that has been some. I've been taken advantage of plenty of times, but it has honestly never stopped me from being able to look straight into a person's eye and tell when something is off or when they are lying about something. Now, husband used to say, "Yeah, you should have co-wrote the movie, Lie to Me." And he wasn't being funny. He watched the whole program. It was a show, and it was written by detectives and FBI agencies, and they were showing all the different ways you could tell that a person was when you just by looking at them, and when they would bring him in for investigations, even before they hooked them up to the lie detector machine, where you could tell that, yeah, they being dishonest about something. And I know that there's come times in everyone's life where pressure comes about, but I tell people it's best to just plead the fifth than to mislead people, especially when it comes down to your health and wellness, especially when it comes down to spirituality. Religion is wide open. Anyone can proclaim to be a preacher today and self-proclaim, and those are the ones that I run from because I realize that they have no government. Anybody could say that God told me to do something and then mimic what's been done forever, all throughout history, and be good at it. Be really good at it, and not believe none of what they really truly say, and win over a crowd, because there's billions of people on this earth. I know that firsthand now. I knew it then, but now I know it better now than ever before. And so I'm not one that's big on titles, you all. That question has been asked to me as well this week. Do you consider, I had a couple of people say, well, aren't you a pastor? I said, no, I don't. I believe that we as mothers, and hear me out, you all, because I have pastors in my family. I was raised and born and raised by a woman pastor, and I still was able to see the difference between a man and a woman teaching. Women, yes, we get more involved usually with the personal aspect of one another, just like with how I teach about us and our bodies and the in-depths of it. I can never go on the surface and just throw you all to say, eat fruits and vegetables, and you good. Happy Wellness Wednesday. Or I could never just to speak on this fruit and not speak of the spirit, because it's within the spirit and what's going on within the mind that determines how well your body will even receive a natural healing from the earth. Did you hear me? It depends on where your mind is at, meaning how toxic, how stressed the mind is. Once the body gets into a state of disbelief, It is so, you all. It's the same as when it's happy and when it's receiving. The body knows how to reject that can heal it, even though it just healed 50 other people. But when it gets to one particular person that says, I doubt, I don't believe, I don't believe, I don't believe, your cells take in that information and they go, all those billions of cells go in and that body will react. It's called the nervous system, you all. The whole nervous system is no different than when a woman laid with her husband for the first time, like I did. And when I got married, and I had never been with man, okay? And because I wasn't used to being with one, and I hadn't been with one, my first night of my honeymoon, he basically got pushed out the bed because I forgot. I was just so tired and so worn out from the whole wedding process, to where I jumped up and all I knew was that it was a man in my bed. And I might have turned to, who's that girl? What's that? Is it Deborah Cox that sing the song, "There's a Stranger in My House"? Took a while to figure out. Yeah. Yeah. I shush. And before I know it, I just see it was like a comedy show. He looked up and said, "What you doing? What you push my bed?" I said, "What you doing in my bed?" It was just, that's how I was gone, y'all. I was gone. Because 23 years young. And I was 22 at the time. I was like, you're not supposed to be here. What had happened was, now that's one thought that always come to mind of when you are familiar with something. And even though you said yes to something, that it's through repetition, it's through practicing, whatever it is that we do with our bodies and whatever we're not used to, it takes some programming, it takes some processing. This is the reason why, and I hate to use the subject matter, but it's the perfect example to use. This is the reason why you even see in the cases where fully grown men, and I would say some women too, when molesters are in the process of trying to get a younger child or a younger teenager comfortable with them, if that teenager, that young child have never been with anyone else, this is the reason why they go through a grooming, what they call a grooming process, where they have to be nice to them and they got to try to wheel them in, and they sit back and they study them because they try to get the person used to that child or that young person used to them, to feel comfortable enough to allow them to touch them. I know y'all didn't expect me to go there. I know. It's a process. And so through that process, and I have to tackle that because, y'all, I counsel that. I've been counseling that since I was a teenager. And I know about how important getting the mind ready to receive something different, whether it be good or whether it be bad, whether it be righteous or whether it be unrighteous. We pray that it be righteous. We pray that it be fruitful. We pray that it be good for your soul, and not just a feel good, because during that process of you becoming one with someone, when you are in sexual activity, you are taking on their DNA and you're taking on their spirit. It takes a very strong mind to be able to tune out. And this is the reason why so many of our women, since so many more of our women, and yes, some of our men, are traumatized to this day, because during process, even though that process may only had taken a day, may have only taken a few minutes, it's still in their minds. And because there were no real counseling or purging or healing process that took place, anytime anything remotely gets close enough to them in that manner, or treats them in some type of way, to where they start to feel like, wait a minute, they're invading in my personal space here, where I know I did not consent. I didn't say yes to this. And unfortunately, when it depends on, I've learned even that it depends on just how powerful the spirit or how demonically filled that spirit of that person is. It can still overtake you and wind up causing that body through the sexual activity, cause you to literally accept, because of the DNA has already been transferred over to you. What kind of fruit would one bear in the midst of that? Well, we already know it's millions of cases, not thousands, millions of cases out here now, where women have birthed children, so much so that now we're battling in United States of America and in other countries. Just because it's not made law, y'all, don't mean that they're not practicing it, don't mean that they're not doing it. It's just America is bold enough to admit it. They're bold enough to find a way to make money off of the fruit that the women bear, no matter how the baby came about. No matter how. That's why the adoption agencies is so full. That's why we have so many pedophiles and so many fake preachers that's able to run around and take hold of orphanages and of children that and wicked parents that foster parents are able to take in so many of these babies, because in the midst of them being fruitful and multiplying, in the midst of ungodly, unclean, unwanted sex, now we have birthed a nation of fatherless children. And what did the scriptures tell us to do? It says to take care of the widow and the fatherless children. Unfortunately, we have those who are still lurking about, seeking who they may devour. And because they know where the fatherless children are, that's exactly where a pedophile will go. Now, did I mean to go there, y'all? No, I didn't. Did not have the script written down, not one lick bit. But I think that needs to be said because this is summertime. Summertime fun is what they call it. This is the time when the vitamin D is kicking in, and especially anyone that's in a hot climate, just like us. Yeah, we got some rain, but it's still, the humidity is still 90. Once again, the body gets ignited. And my goodness, when you start adding fruits to it, now it gets energy. Now it doesn't know what to do with itself. My goodness, if you're getting off on your white sugar and your lemonade or your alcohol, it's loaded with artificial and alcohol. Now you're unsober with your sexual mindset. This is why the number of rape in the summertime, you all. There's no control over the body. This is the reason why the young teenagers that don't know how to control their hormones, that's loaded with artificial sugars and artificial yeast, which is in the bread, McDevils, Murder King. Yep, those are the names that I coined. Nobody else was saying that until I did. And it's okay, because I like for them to call it what it is. White casket. Once they get those in there and don't realize that the MSG in there gets the hormones that act in all sorts of kind of ways, it's no coincidence. Even with a stomach ache, you wake back up, you got the munchies, and now you want to roll over and spread them parasites and all of those chemicals and backed up everything to your mate. And yeah, it seems okay if both of you all are doing it. But my goodness, for those who want to get on their health and wellness journey and eat fruitful fruit that's good for their health's sake, and now they want to mate. That's not a good combination. And yes, we as women have been trained to take a whole lot. We have been programmed to take a whole lot because, as James Brown saying, it is a man's world. He didn't quite say it like that, but then he turns around and say, but it wouldn't be nothing without a woman or a little girl. Y'all, we have to make sure, women in particular, I have to speak to us, y'all. We have to watch our daughters. We have to pray over our girls. We got to pray over our sons in the midst of this summertime fun. One would think that because the heat is here now, the index is here, and it's across the board for the most part. One would think that this would make us too tired and simmer down some, right? No. Vitamin D comes to heal the body from the sun. This is the reason why they Bill Hates is what I like to call them, like to try to get together and work on projects. The reason why the sun is looking different now and why they want to cover it, because you can most definitely conquer a whole universe, or may I say this earth, if you block the sun, because now there's no power, there's no juice without the sun. What is the planet that's next to it? Mercury. Mercury is the sun. Once Mercury gets all of the intelligent information from the sun that allows us to be able to communicate. There's a whole lot of knowledge here, you all, that we're just barely tapping into. So no, I can never just make this. I had to title it the way I title it because, one, it has to be about fruit, health, and wellness. But then at the same time, I know that this is the season where a lot of us really just go haywire with our sexual organs, unfortunately. And we think that that means that it's okay because everybody is doing it. But it's not okay. And yes, being married, I had this all in my mind even while being married. Y'all, this is not change. That's why I told you, sisters, brothers, those of y'all that are practicing abstinency and you're on your health and wellness journey and you're not married or you're waiting. This is what you're supposed to be doing when it's time for you to heal your body. And I'm going to give you a good example now. Here we go. I'm going to put this on mute for a second so you guys don't have to hear it. Let me show you though what I got. Look at that. Watermelon, y'all. I got my chopped watermelon in my 16-ounce, watch this. And y'all see I got my seeds in there too. Can y'all see that? I don't want to spill none. I got seeds. I know I didn't leave no red. I got it from Perfectly Right. I got my little blender. This is just a Ninja, you all. I've had this Ninja now for maybe a couple of years now. It's hanging on in there with me. Oh no, this is what I forgot to do. I'm going to show you all something real good. That'll be good for balancing and keep you hydrated. Some of you all know this. I think I did it once, but I didn't do it with another item. Let's get to the power of our moringa, you all. Remember that moringa? This is my moringa I use. Reduce inflammation, good for babies. You can give it to children as well. Y'all know how we go through the host. If you all want me to state the benefits again towards the end, I will. It's only $40. Well, not $40. It's $25 now for the moringa, you all. For those you all that want to order, and what I do is I take a tablespoon because you can use it as a tea, but you also can put it in your food. Well, I put mine inside of my watermelon. So you know that I practice what I teach. Even though this is more than a table-sized spoon, I take about this. Well, matter of fact, since I got a 16-ounce, that's double of an 8-ounce, I take about that much, y'all. I sprinkle it inside of my watermelon. And no, it does not give off no bad taste, y'all. And then, so I stay hydrated and how I keep my hormones balanced. But y'all see, I got sea moss. You can either do the flakes or you can do the powder. This is the powder, you all. I take a teaspoon of the powder, and you'll be surprised. Remember back in the day when some used to sprinkle a little salt to bring out the sugar in the watermelon? Well, you don't taste none of it. This is about how much. See how much right there that I use? It's not that much of sea moss. Your 102 minerals that the body, the bone minerals, your whole cellular system need. I dip that spoon down in there, make sure that it's all in there good. Y'all think it tastes nasty, don't you? Nope. They don't call me Dr. Chef for no reason. No. I have experimented to the point to where I found my golden elixir, okay? I take that, I stir it up a little bit up in there. Yeah, I know that nobody else doing it like this. Y'all ain't seen nobody else do it like this. Sea moss and moringa? Oh, wait. Now you know why I'd be so happy. Okay, that rhymed, didn't it? Watermelon, sea moss, and moringa. Now you know why I'd be so happy. Here we go. I put it up in there. Can y'all see how I did that? Let me make sure I turn it around. And now I'm going to put it on mute because it's only going to take us for a second, y'all. Yeah. All that I took one tablespoon of moringa, my moringa, for $25. You all can order it. 618-388-8100. Put it in the text. Oh, that's my colon cleanse, but you can't put colon cleanse in there too, you all. And then I took my sea moss, and I do both. I do the powder, and I sometimes will do the flakes as well. One teaspoon of the sea moss inside of there. I had a 16-ounce cup, y'all, not an 8-ounce, because you probably would taste it more if you just had an 8-ounce. So I use a 16-ounce. So I advise you all to get your and notice I didn't put nothing else in there. Make sure that my container is right. Y'all watch this. 1 second. Give y'all a little break from all that heavy talk. And make sure I do that right. Now, let me tell you what it does. It actually brings out the sweetness in it. To me, I told y'all I got a very high taste bud. All of my 100s of taste buds are activated. Put it on a beat. I can't help it, y'all. Okay. I can't help it. It tastes good, y'all. I promise you. Yes, this is Dr. Chef commercial. It tastes good. Watermelon, 1 teaspoon of the powerful organic moringa. Some of y'all probably already have some. And then 1 teaspoon of the purple powder sea moss. Yes, you can use the golden. For those of you all that have golden, yes, you can. Mix this together. This is your #1 highest nutritional power super full hydration ever, okay? I'm not going to lie. It was hard to wait because I usually have it a little earlier, y'all, around about noon or 1. And sometimes I'll get up and I'll do it in the morning. Like, I'll say about 10 or 11. But I said, okay, I'm going to hold out for them. I'm going to do my best to hold out for them so that I can show them better than I can tell them, okay? And so I'm going to put my blender back. I have to have that. I try my best not to go nowhere without my blender if I'm going to be somewhere for a while. And it's good for calming the nerves. It's good for distress. And ladies, once again, the fruitfulness of this womb. You're concerned about odors. You're concerned about when it's time for you to be intimate with your mate, with your husband. Put it on a beat. Yeah, I said it. Cleanses out the womb. You are having dark yellow urine. Carrying the odor. Guess what? Watermelon does it all by itself, even if you don't have moringa, and even if you don't have sea moss. Watermelon does it all by itself. Look up the studies, y'all. I have to show all that. Y'all know me. Y'all already got the stats for most of y'all that tune in. Yeah, I do not play about my body. No, I don't have my abs anymore. I had about 4 abs, and I let it go some. Okay, but it did not affect odor-wise. I'm not running around here smelling like an old goat. Yeah, I said it. old goat. We're not running around here smelling like the fish of the sea or under the sea. We're not doing that, y'all. Watermelon, seeded watermelon, any melon for that fact, but watermelon gets it done faster. I'll tell you how fast it happened. Even with only drinking a half of this, 8 ounces of this, ladies, women, young ladies, it cleansed the bladder so is. I'm back. Am I back? No. Okay, on my side it's saying I am. Now you are. Okay. I'm back. Am I back? Yeah, I'm back. I'm back. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Okay, y'all. I'm back, y'all. Internet. See how that work? Don't want our women. Thanks so much, Sister Jamaica, for helping me out there. I'll be playing on y'all. The internet, yeah, it messes with it. Doesn't want us to talk about how to get that wound clean at all. Notice right as I was in the heart of telling y'all what works. You remember now, y'all, this is a big industry. They're taking the seeds out of the watermelon. And I was already told by our place down here that's called the Sulu here in St. Louis, Missouri, that have been bringing us the seeded watermelons for years. And they've been real big, long, juicy watermelons from the country, from Georgia, from Florida, and different parts, right, of the South. And rest assured, when I tell you that she told me, she said, well, in the next few years, it's probably not going to be any seeded watermelon. So that means that those of y'all that have a garden, start planting your own watermelons, even if they don't grow to be real big. Even if you got little small ones, because we want to talk about getting rid of helping to alleviate from bladder cancer, uterus cancer. Why do you think they're taking the seeds out? And did you notice I didn't pick out not a one seed? Yes, you all didn't watch me chop mine with y'all, but all I did was I chopped my watermelon in half. And I'm going to get back on to how this affects you sexually. I promise I'm going to get back to you. And so those y'all that tune back in. I chop it in half, and I take a spoon, and I just go around in circles like my mother used to do, and I just put it in all different type of containers that I know I want. I put mine in a clear glass jug, and then I put them in 2 of my my smoothie containers, and then I have it set to already blend, so I can put whatever I want in it, or even if I don't want to put anything in it, I'll just eat it like this. And I'm prepping it for the next 2 days. Actually, I prep for this one big watermelon used to last me about 3 to 4 days, depending on whether or not I'm going to do 1 of these or 2 of these. And my appetite is not huge at that time, but I can tell you one thing, clear you all, clear, and no form of odor. And not only that, y'all, sexual activity. You think chocolate got you? You think strawberry got you? Husbands, wives, watermelon. If you ain't paid attention, start paying attention. Women, this is how you get your nectar. While people are making fun and talking about I don't do watermelon. No, you want to do watermelon just like you're getting yourself done. You want to do watermelon. Just like you get your hair done, you want to do watermelon. Okay, don't get it while the supplies last. I cannot stress it enough. You do not need to drink as much water because the body will not be calling for no H2O when you have the H3O. Yes, I just said it. Your body can, because it cannot contain all of that. You're fully hydrated through your B12. That's which leads me to I got B12. Those of y'all said, well, we don't got no seeded watermelons. B12, $40, you all. Call in while the supplies last until the next shipment, because once it's on back order, then at least you'll be the first one. If you pay in advance, you'll be the first one to get it. But as of now, we still have B12 left in, and my flavor is watermelon, extra strength, and it gives you some good energy. So if I run out of my seeded watermelon, it's what I do until the season come back around again. That's what I do. If I had it where I could just travel to go pick up my watermelon from the sunny areas, then yes, I would. And I am working on that too, where I'll be having different ones. I don't care about I'm paying extra for shipping either. Ship me my watermelon, my seeded watermelon. And so that's what's good for us, you all. And so I can't stress that enough for those who have wrestling with fibroids, issues with cysts, and tumors, and it helps to curb the appetite. I notice when I drink this, I don't desire anything else sweet, you all. That matters because that's what's throwing off of the hormones as well. That's causing different ones to feel like they can't control their sexual appetite. It's because you got so much artificial sugar in you. And now those parasites, what does parasites do? They do like roaches. They don't die, they multiply. And so what happens is your hormones operate in that manner too. In a lot of cases, just think about it. If they would take every rapist and every person that seems like they got a sex addiction that likes to try to use the Bible and anything else to try to cover up for how many women that they got to have, or women at that point, they say, well, I just got to be with multiple people because my sex drive is so high, so up. Take them and lock them down like they do for AA meetings. I guarantee you, if you put them up in a room for 30 days and you don't give them no drink, no alcohol, no artificial sugars, no dough, no white rice, no white anything, and you put them on just regular fruits and vegetations and themselves and get that colon right, I guarantee you they won't have as many urges. I say add in there good sound-minded music too. Something that gets that vibration, that high zeal that they have in them down to that octave lower. It's a therapeutic thing, but they're not willing to do that here, you all, because they want to keep you addicted. They want to keep us going into a frenzy. They want to keep us clashing and having arguments one with another because you're not satisfied within your sexual organs. They want the women, to be going crazy, wonder, well, what's wrong with me? If you got to ask the question for yourself and you think that that's something wrong with you, then the only thing that I could say first that would help you all is to pray first. Then ask God. Assess yourself. Assess what you do every day to your body. Assess how you feel really internally. Yeah, inside of the womb, it's the whole entire nervous system is locked there. So whatever you're feeling is inside of that womb. It's a wonder that the children that are birthed once you have sex, fruitful or not, it's a wonder that the children come out acting. Think about it. For those who are mothers, some fathers may notice it, but I'm sure the mothers will know it first because you're the one that carried them. You notice that your children act exactly at the time when you conceived them and carried them. If you pay close attention to them and if you can remember back what you were doing during that 9 months or six to 9 months of carrying, because I say 6 to 9 months because I like to leave room for those who have had premature babies. If you look back at it, you see your emotions in that child. You even can see that they like certain foods that you like, that you crave during that time. Pay attention to it. So if you like to eat starch during your pregnancy, then you notice that the child loves a lot of bread and a lot of starchy things. So I was like, well, mine, so it was just the opposite. Well, that means you overdid it. Now they have no desire for it. That's what that means. And that's what I just shared with a brother. He said, well, since I didn't experience that, he got about 10 children with a couple of different women. And when I told him that it will mess with the spirit and the energy of the woman and child, he said no. But he said no too soon. See, what he didn't know is that I counseled one of those women. That's why I say we got to be careful with how we lie when we just want to be right. He's going, no, as a matter of fact, I counseled two of them. I said, so you really think that while you was highly unhealthy and overweight and you was wondering that did not affect your wound of that woman at all? And it does not mean that your child has to come out with any deformities either, because there's many other reasons why that can happen. Just like with my child, through the immunization shots, at that time we didn't have knowledge of the damage that was done. All of us had received them when we were children, and so it was no reason to think that it would affect my child in that manner. And so, but I'm saying that to say, and then it did not affect my other children in that way. Meaning everybody's makeup is different, even if you have the same mother and father. There can be some DNA links that's different. Saying that to say that still, he did not realize, because he's just speaking, thinking that because he didn't want to receive it. Now, he didn't know that the women have already reached out to me. And I think to myself, bruh. And then look, I said like how we grew up, said, bruh. B-R-U-H, bruh. Yeah, it affected them. You walk around with a big pot belly. And then here it is, and no matter how good in the nature is, because it's decent brothers for us I know of, do a lot to help a lot of people, got a really good, helpful spirit. But at the end of the day, the women's womb have suffered because of the toxicity transferred through sexual activity during that time. And it's a wonder why they say that women always know what a man is up to. How is it that we always know what a man is up to, y'all, when you with him and when you're not? And that doesn't just mean because it's a soul tie. That's because they transferred their DNA over to you. Of course, you can sense upon it, especially if you actually cared for them or loved them. Your mind, body, and soul was in tune. So they may be able to lie to everybody else, but they can't lie to the woman that they've been with. She knows when something is off. She literally will have to be off in her head not to be able to put two and two together, actually. Or be extremely distracted and focus on other things in order for her not to catch it. But in most cases, women, we know, don't we? We know. I was so in tune that I understood after being intimate with my ex that I can tell when the body was being operated on. That's how in tune I was. No flashback of being intimate at all. It was just that the DNA was still there at that point in time. The spiritual connection of prayer, the spiritual connection that we had with one another, and the years that I had known them, it made it easy for my body to freeze than to know. Now, does everybody have this ability? I don't know, because I don't know everybody. But I've talked to enough women to know that some of them have agreed and said that they have experienced it too. Some may be more than others. Some say, oh, well, that's because you were still in love. No, I was still in tune with them, because I still prayed that they would grow and that they would learn and that they would become a better person. So once again, you add the spiritual component, you add the health and wellness component, then you add the fact that you were sexually encountered with this person, and then now that you are filling your body with natural good things and spiritual things, you think that you will not be able to pick up telepathically or envision or anything, or within the womb feel something is off here with my mate, even with an ex-mate. This is the reason why it's so careful. It's so important, you all, that we do not fall asleep, that we do not be ignorant of Satan's devices when it comes down to making us think that it's okay to have multiple partners and sleep around without no type of consequences, or without thinking that it's only affecting you. Guess what? In most cases, if they're done with you and you will hurt them too much, and you have it didn't end well, most of them are not even going to say anything to you, but they will call someone like me and they'll have a discussion, because they understand now now I have to go through a cleanse. I have to go through a purge. I have those that are still as couples, and they don't mean any harm, but they want to get their bodies right. They want to get their spirits right. They want to get more healthier. So that's okay. How do I go about this? Because my mate still smokes. My mate still drinks, but I do not. I want to be healthy, and I want to feel healthy in the midst of intimacy with my mate, with my husband. And I'm hearing it as well from some men too. How do I address her odor? How do I address the uncomfortableness that I feel? How do I address letting her know that no, I can't hug her because I feel dirty now? How do I address? Yeah, this is a real issue. And some of y'all thinking that it just came from the argument that you had last summer or last week or maybe that night before. No. Through sex is the only way that you all will be able to be fruitful and multiply, whether it be through child or whether it be through spirit, whether it be through whatever project that you might be working on together, whether or not you all are able to have a healthy communication. I know, I promise you, I'm telling you right now that I know for a fact several cases, and I have experienced it too. My God, for those of y'all that have to wrestle with those who suffer from pornography. Yeah, I'm going there. Give me a minute. That's good, y'all. Y'all want to try that. Y'all know I am a woman of many faces when it comes down to letting you know how something tastes. And I don't play about my title shelf. When I tell you that moringa and that sea moss, you can't even taste the sea moss at all. And I'm be honest, I'm shocked for that, because by itself it has a salty taste. But the sugar, the natural sweetness, and I put nothing in it. I put no other sugar. It was just plain watermelon, good, ripe, juicy, seeded watermelon. It seemed like it just made the sweetness of the watermelon just come out. And I taste no salt at all. The moringa is completely bland. You can see the little sprinkles of it because I didn't over blend it. But you can see the sprinkles of it, but you can't even taste it. And it's not gritty on the tongue or anything. So I got to say that for just to take a second to say that. And say so, and it feels so smooth going down into my system. For those who are on pornography, you're taking that into your spirit and your mind. It goes beyond different positions. It goes beyond all these other things. At this point now, the dopamine within you, the adrenaline rush that you feel during that time, and you go and transfer that over to your mate, because just like it affects you when your fantasy mind and the way that some of the men in particularly have fantasized about, well, this is how I want it to be when I have sex with my mate, is just the way I saw it with this pornography, and to the point to where it affects their stamina. Yeah, y'all that's watching, you know what I mean when I say stamina. It affects the arousal because they got an image in their mind of something that's young, something that's been groomed, something that in a lot of cases, something white. So I know what I'm talking about, y'all. And it doesn't matter how healthy that woman is. It doesn't matter how great you are and how compatible that you are. And in that instant, it becomes unfruitful. It becomes unnatural. It becomes something toxic, y'all. And this is another reason why you have to purge. This is another reason why you have to pray. There's a more than enough reason why you have to ask God to bless me to be able to have fruitful sex, good, godly, fruitful sex with my mate. Because it affects everything in how you feel and move and groove. We have a responsibility when you're joining together with another person to the point to where they can't sleep at night now, right? Or they wake up on what we call the wrong side of the bed because they did not enjoy their mate, because it was not good and it was not fruitful. Y'all, that is important. It's critical. I promise you, I've had to make decisions before in my life. I use myself. I don't have to use nobody else, and I'm not afraid to say it because I truly believe that it will help somebody. You go to picking up that weight, you already got to deal with whether or not you are compatible, you fit one another. And then when you go and pick up all that weight, I feel sorry for some of y'all. Then it changes the anatomies too. Now with a woman, that's not the same per se, because we're internal, men is external. Then here it is, you start putting out weight and then they start shrinking. Not enough fruits and not enough vegetables. You ain't thinking about what that body fat is doing. It's shriveling you up. Now the woman got to work 100 times over just to be with you. Yeah, y'all, I said it. And I'm not trying to be mean about it. She got to go doing squats and everything. She really got her fruits. She got to act like she having a baby again. You know, y'all women, we got to get in position. You know, like you're a football player, what you getting ready, what you finna do, you squat, hot boy, take some strong pelvics for that. I don't know how y'all do it. I don't know how you do it. My hats go off to you. That's the reason why I say I'm never in a place where I'm jealous or envious of our mates that can come together. And here it is, you're highly unhealthy, but you're trying to make it work outside. That's what God gave us, you all to enjoy each other's with. And so, yes, that really gets me. Thank you, Sister Dorothy. Thank you. It's wrong. And I don't know why you all, I constantly tried to share the link to get y'all in here, but it just didn't come out. I'm going to try to do it one more time and see what'll let me get you in there. You know what? Let me see. And stop, because I see some of y'all that would like to comment. And I think you can still put into the private chat, you all. If you look to your link where the private chat is, you can still do it as well, too. Yeah, it just won't let me do it. And he had that issue, too. Hold on one second. I think I got it, y'all. Now, finally got it in there, y'all. There you go. I think it's coming. It's coming, Sister Jamaica. It's coming. There we go. We got you. It's in there, y'all. Have you sent packages around? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, Sister Sybil. Glad to have you all in. God bless you and your family now in the mighty name of Jesus. Sister Sybil, yes, absolutely. I was waiting to hear back from you to see if you still want the eyesight. Therefore, which would have been actually your moringa is what I was talking about, but it's okay. If you want to order it later, you can. Okay. I got the link in there, you all. It's right out there. It's right before Sister Sybil's comment. Matter of fact, let me put it there. Go to the link, y'all. I got it showing. See the link? So you all want to try to come in, join in, feel free to join in. I'm saying that to save y'all because this is causing mental distress. It causes a lot of, it even causes some to overeat, because I think it's in our nature to want to please our mates. It's supposed to be. if you're not traumatized from things that have happened to you, and just know that I do counsel in that area too. 618-388-8100. All you have to do is state that I need to be, I'm on counseling, want to schedule an appointment with counseling for things that have happened to me in childhood, or trauma, rape, anything. And that is also open as well. I do have those who I refer over to. Men are referred to men for the most part concerning that. I do hear out when it's couples because that matters, you all. All of that matters. I do have experience with working with ministries concerning that. No, that is not my particular ministry. I operate more in the place of a prophet, where I can tell when things are to come. Now, things is going to be a problem later on down the line. And unfortunately, those have been close to me when they noticed that it was things that I've stated 10, 20 years before, and then it happens. One or two things are going to happen. They're going to be thankful, and they're going to appreciate it, and they're like, wow, you said it, and it happened. Or either it breeds forms of resentment sometimes. Facebook kind of been on this one too. Thank you all so much, Facebook. I guess you all are just not coming in because it's just not showing me that you all are liking it. Yeah, so I guess it was lagging. I guess it was. Anywho, they'll go to link you all, as you all see it right here on the chat here, for you all to come in. Any questions, you all, because I can keep going. But I want to be mindful of those of you all that may be in the midst of, probably not you all, but those who may tune in later. Please like, share, you all. Please hit the like button. If anything that's stated is helping you all. My goal is to get us to, even during the summertime, to not just want to get healthy and work out and get more in tune with God and prayer over yourself and your body when you are mating with your mate and your spouse, just for pleasure's sake, but to understand that it has a whole mental effect on how we treat one another and how you treat the people that's outside of you, and whether or not it's going to breed envy and jealousy when you see other mates that seem like they are doing well within themselves. I saw that. And they can bring about a lustful spirit. They can bring about so many different spirits upon you that you just don't need. That's just not good. It can bring about spirit. I've even seen cases where people that were overweight and they were sickened within their bodies, and them parasites within them and them sexual demons in them, especially in our men, I do notice it makes them want to go after something younger and something that they believe to be more cleaner. Kind of liken it to a dog in heat. And when we don't see it that way, you all, because we're thinking about, oh, well, they're just a bad person, they're just a predator. No, internally, they're just messed up in there there is no control. Because if I can promise you this, person that's greedy, that does not know how to maintain and control their appetite, do not know how to control their sexual appetite much either. The only way they is because it's been desensitized from them for being overweight, or for them being sick so much so to where they cannot feel that particular organ. That's the only way. I just said it. Yep, I said it because it's true. A person that cannot handle, that shows signs of not being able to control their appetite, usually, for the most part, wrestle with being able to control their sexual appetite as well. And yes, I do notice it more so with our men versus our women. And yes, the type of food that you're eating does matter. Just in case some ask that question, no, not true. I eat chips all the time, and I ain't been with nobody in 6 months. It's not what I'm talking about. That's not what I'm talking about. Chocolate, sugars, soda pops, this so-called fake organic junk food, all the vegan junk food, especially vegan junk food, y'all. And then you think about those who have had these problems and issues since childhood. and now they waited until adulthood to want to address it or try to share it with someone, and they in hopes that it'll go away, but it does not go away. It's still right there forever imprinted on you, just like that mind. Just because of the memory, the mind is a recorder. It records things, you all. So just like you have to work on getting used to walking every day, I know I had to. Just like you got to get used to working out, you have to. It's the thing that it's the great trickster. The mind is a great trickster. You have to get your mind used to actually working out and literally timing yourself. Or a lot of y'all have to have partners or someone, a walking buddy that's going to walk with you. That determination and drive is not saying. But by all means, I encourage you all on this Wellness Wednesday to get one. Just like you want to get a sex, you want to get a partner, whether you're married or not, get you an exercising buddy. That helps too. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. When I get caught up in my studies and I get caught up in everything I'm doing in my counsels and stuff, I do. I have a hard time just deciding, okay, I'm going to go to the park and just walk today, even though I love it. I really love it. But once the body get used to doing something, I'm telling you from experience, you have to call for help. And there's nothing wrong with calling for help. There's nothing wrong with sitting down with your mate and saying, look, my stomach hurt. We all get used to, well, I'm feeling too gassy right now. So, babe, you're going to have to wait. Well, honey, women, we already got, some of us that's tuning in already got cycles, and some of you are already having a hot flash. You already got to go through that mode. Then why take yourself through being unhealthy to the point to where you cannot have fruitful sex with your mate or because you're feeling unhealthy? Well, because I'm mad at them. They didn't fix the car. I'm mad at them. They didn't do the bed. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about because that's what's good for you and your body as well. How could two walk together except they agree? We just talking about walk. We ain't even got to the sexual part. How can two walk together except great minds think alike? You ain't thinking alike, and your mind is not operating in greatness if you cannot even connect when it comes down to one of the number one greatest feelings that God gave us, to join together as one, together to repopulate this earth, and to become one, to be able to feel and know that you belong to them and they belong to you. That's a big deal, you all. You got people falling into a Great Depression because they cannot find the mate that they can properly mate with, and they got to stand out that it's somebody for everybody. I don't know about that. But what I do know is that we need to be very, very careful and very, very mindful about making sure that we're choosing that wisely. Because I can promise you it could give you a major setback if you don't. It can make life so much more harder if it was just about the sex. No, it's about the effects that it have on your whole spirit and your mind. Why come you think that you have to go through counseling afterwards and during the process? Why do you think that now you have to sit there and now try to think of 20 more questions to ask a person before you mate with them now because of what you experienced the first time before, or the last time rather? Why do you think? If it's not that important, why is it that we have so many failed relationships? Well, not anybody can sleep with anybody. No, I mean it in the manner, in the moral manner, in the godly way that it was initially set and designed for us to mate. And fruitful to me is not just eating healthy fruits, you all, just in case I left that part out. I mean being fruitful in spirit. Being the joy, peace, love, longevity, forgiveness, all of that. Because then if you have that in your heart for your mate, then now it makes it easy for you to become one, right? That's a lot. Make it plain, niece. Hey, Auntie Sherry, good to see you. You made it in, huh? There's a link that's right up there, Auntie. If you can click on it, I know she probably will. Y'all, this is my auntie. I learned so much from her. She is evangelist, a prophet. She's, my God, she is a very highly intelligent woman. My mother's sister, Sherry Harris. My God, has one does she know about what I'm talking about? Any questions, Auntie, that you got that you can think of? Help me out here. Any questions, anyone? Can you send me a tracking? Yes. Sister Wilkins and no, Sister Wilkins, that was our last. I thought I said that correctly. If I didn't, then my apology. I'm gonna have to set up an appointment with you to speak to you. That was our last. That's why I was looking at her. I said that was it. That was the last one that we had. Unless this will come back. It has not come back yet to me, so I could resend out. But yeah, help me out. And yes, please text. We can set up an appointment to speak, Miss Sister Wilkins. I don't mind at all. Actually, tomorrow I'm available tomorrow morning before noon. If you are, just give me a date. If you want to inbox me, this 618-388-81, then I'll keep a lookout for you. Yeah, make it plain out for me. I know people that's why so many of us women decide not to mate anymore, because of these bad experiences, you all, with not having healthy sex. It's not even in the cases where the males have been good providers and they've done, if they're able to take care of themselves, even that doesn't matter. I know it doesn't matter to me. And I know there's plenty others that it don't. And we got the same when we're going around, picnicking there, especially at our so-called Black women, our melanated women, saying, yeah, that's the reason why you don't have nobody now. It's because such. No, it's because after a while, you learn to have a standard. After a while, you learn how to, with stages in life, as you grow and as you learn, you're supposed to learn how to respect your body more. And just with that alone, that would have you in a 1 percentile place where you really do got to trust God and trust Mother Nature, that He will allow you to be found by the right person at the right time, and that you'll be able to make just perfectly fine without having to disrespect your body, without having to place yourself in a place so experiences. I just so can you please send? I wasn't able to send that over to the brother. Let me go ahead and call him and see what it is that he's asking. Hold on. Let me see here. He has to tune out. Oh, I think he started on his already because he has a wellness. He has a wellness thing that he's going on too already. Let me see if he's on live. I don't know if he started in. And for the record, you all, if you look back at the last Wednesday, Wellness Wednesday, where we had our dear sister Jessica, a dear friend, when she was giving her testimony, what she left out when she mentioned her fiance that she was with, once again, had chose what she didn't share was that she had departed her ways. And it had a lot to do with, once again, the fibroids that she had within her system. And she had, and unfortunately, that person had some issues too within the gut. And it was not making experience a good experience. And that's the reason why I'm a big advocate for us being healthy, you all. That matters. You don't forget what God has given you to be able to do and to be able to do it well. You don't want to shortchange yourself. Even when it comes down to your money, you can more with more money than you can with less, at least for those who want to do the right thing with it. Now, those who have they want to eat, you don't want just one meal, one thing on your plate. You want several things on your plate so you can get full and feel nourished, right? That's what anything pertaining to us receiving something to our bodies. That's what everything, you all. Everything. Do you ever half wash your body? Don't answer that question if somebody does, because I don't want you to get talked about. Just think about it. Do ever you just go in there and say, you know what? I'm sweaty, I'm musty, I don't feel good, I do this, I that, and I just need to just wash half my arm. Let me just wash half this arm right here. Yeah, oh, that feel good. Let me just wash it, and then you just leave out the restroom. I mean, you just wash half your face, ooh, this side of the face was just dirty. I'm just going, ooh, yeah, ooh, it look clean now. Yeah, see how foolish that sound? So why would you shortchange yourself in anything that has anything to do with being good for your body, for cleansing your body, for fulfilling your body with that's good? Why? That does include sex with your mate. That includes that too. Why do you think women are so harsh about it? Well, it was just 3 minutes. You better be thankful that it's a 3 minute, because I don't know about y'all, but I don't want to be with somebody for hours, and here it is. They just pollute me for hours. I said it. It's a sickening experience. And here it is. That's my husband. Many divorces have happened over this, you all. And it's such a taboo subject that nobody wants to talk about it. But oh well, I guess that's why I've been chosen at this appointed time. It's a problem, you all. Women, it is a problem. You wonder why he takes longer to stay where he's at. And here it is, you're ready. Especially for those who say that I'm ready, I want to have a baby. They do everything else, be focusing on everything else but coming to mate with you. Either one or two things that happen. They already done made it, or either they found a way to get themselves aroused in another area, or either there is a turnoff because of them being healthy or not healthy. Meaning either way it goes, it's not enjoyable anymore. When it gets to that time, when it gets to that place, it's time to sit down and do a counseling session. It's time to get down to the nitty-gritty of how you can rejoin back forces with each other to become one again. I'm not telling you all something that I hadn't done. But I also know that belly God, it is exactly what they call it, a God. It lords over the mind of someone. Because think about it. If you haven't been with your mate since birth, and my God, if you only known them for a little period of time, they're used to doing with their bodies, what they're used to doing with their bodies. I know what I'm talking about. You are fighting an uphill battle, a downhill battle. Something is going to fall apart because they just simply not used to giving themselves. The scripture says that women, that your body belongs to your husband when you're married, and vice versa, his belong to you. It already came with a dietary law of showing us how we weren't supposed to put nothing unclean in our temple. But yeah, here it is. We're being disobedient and we're doing it anyway. If it says that your righteousness is of filthy rags, meaning even the good that we do can be seen as filthiness, because he knows your heart. He knows what mindset that you have. He knows. I believe in that, you all. I believe in that. And I'm speaking from a spiritual standpoint, not just from a religious standpoint. Because like it says, one thing I have been turned off from, and this is throwing no shade to anyone else that have experienced. I know what it is to be married to someone that's in ministry and then turn around and get tired of them reading Bibles and scriptures because they wasn't abiding by none of it. They wasn't abiding by it. I know what it is to wake up every morning and be reading scriptures and sitting there and hear and saying a prayer, praying to God, Lord bless me. And when I get married, let me have somebody that's praying and read the word of God and get the. Turned out to be the biggest devil ever. It just seemed like it was just a religious practice to do. But none of it was truly exorbitant. None of it was, because that's just a way, just like I said, that's just a way. It's kind of like what I see what a lot of us doing when we have mate. You just have to say I'm with somebody. Some of us are just in love with the thoughts. When you get to that place where your mind is just in love with the thought of just knowing that you can mate, then yeah, you're right. It don't matter whether or not you're fruitful. It doesn't matter whether or not you're healthy with it. It doesn't matter. I'm not talking to those. I'm talking to those you all that want to know the importance of eating healthy and having a spiritually good, sound relationship with God to the point to where you can feel that when it's time to be sexually active with your husband and wife. The world calls it tantra. It calls it tantra. And then there's some, now that's from a spiritual standpoint. The ghetto world calls it you whipped, calls it sprung. You want to be sprung on your mate. If you're not sprung on your mate, something is wrong. Something is wrong. Something is not equally yoked. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm amazed at how many people I've seen actually make fun of husband wives when they just gotta always be up underneath their husband. They gotta always be up underneath their wife. What does oneness mean? Nothing wrong with that, y'all. Don't let nobody mess with your mind about that either. That's how the devil get in at times. Don't let nobody mess with you about that. Y'all, in most cases, they bother because they don't have it like that. Or maybe they just a person that they're introverted and they don't like being around their mate much for whatever reason. Maybe that's the case. To each his own. But don't let anyone make you feel like it's unnatural for you to want to be fruitful and join in oneness to be with your mate. And matter of fact, if you get to that place and you realize that you are that type of person, but your age is not there, now you know you're unequally yoked. Now you know that they have plans to do other things and mate with others other than you. And at that point, all you can do is pray and still take care of yourself, still take care of your moon, still wait to God bless you to be able to attract that's fruitful for you, that is good for you. But not ever be mad or jealous of somebody else because God blessed them or because they put in the work. Because my God, it takes some work. It takes some praying and it takes some real discerning of spirits to get this thing right. It's a wonder why he gives most of us time to be able to, some of us time to be able to get this thing right. So I'm not coming for you all with a subject matter like this to judge at all. Just to make us think about it, just how important it is. You heard the warp side of this, and this is what now Satan is taking, and evil people are taking this, and they're taking advantage of our children with these problems. And ain't nothing fruitful about what they're doing at all. Even though when you look back in the old days, the kings, the sick old kings, will have fruit in their hand with their pot bellies and still be taking advantage of all of the young ladies. And you have it happening a lot in Africa as well, too. I never forget the minister that went viral talking about that his, watch out for the children, that his sperm was, that in order for the women to feel, be saved and be blessed, that they had to basically kneel and take from his sperm. And unfortunately, you had poor, brainwashed, low self-esteem, slave mentality women, African women doing it. That's what's going on around the world, y'all. Now, I ain't gonna say everybody's doing it, but for somebody that's sick and that's not fruitful, that doesn't have the right spirit, and they only want to focus on sex, y'all, that's what they go there to do. I know. And I refuse to participate with it. I refuse. Do you hear me? I refuse. Y'all find out some things later. Some things are not meant to be said right away. I refuse. You can't pay me enough money. The internet, I don't care if it was 1 million people tuning in there, I wouldn't participate. You can't pay me enough. I don't care how many titles you give me. I don't care how many so-called people done got saved. Because I think we see the example of these sexual demons that is bad and that has beared bad fruit where it gets you, especially when you're on social media. People know what comes with you being a leader, and then you want to be around a bunch of children and a bunch of women and a bunch of people. People know what comes with that with our people now, especially with our melanated people. They know that it's right around the corner, that they know the weights to see if whether or not you finna get yourself trapped up. They know it. I know our people know, especially us so-called religious folks, our church-going folks. Y'all know it. No matter how much these people huff and puff, no matter how much they claim that they holy. Matter of fact, I realized through the years of being in church and the ministries that the ones that proclaim to be holy all the time, and the ones that claim that they righteous and what's a sin and what's not, those be the ones that used to be committing the most. It's true. The ones that's got the righteous spirit, they more focused on getting the people in the right spirit and shedding love and kindness and explaining to them that God is not pleased if we don't treat one another right. They go beyond giving. They go beyond. They're speaking to your internal soul of who you are. They're not even just focused on getting you healthy. They're focusing on how is your family life? How is your marriage life going? How are you doing? They're not going around protesting, talking about some this is what America done and what everybody else done. And I believe in marriage doing this. No, anybody that's whining about that the most is because they're guilty of doing it. I said it. They're guilty of doing it. We got a preacher now that's up there showcasing, what's his name? Brian. Out of Georgia. This dude is very highly intelligent, know how to take down the best of the best with the scriptures, and he knows how to manipulate very, very well. But sitting up there in the church with all these babies popped up and they got that many followers because he know how to make money, y'all. Who y'all think that in the days of judgment when those children rise up, who y'all think they're gonna blame? They're gonna blame everybody that was there at the church that was clapping that man on that knew that he was taking advantage, letting his sex demons take over and taking advantage of it, because most of the children don't even claim. How you know? Because some people call from the church. How you know, Dr. Shell? Ministry. Even got an invite. I don't know. No, can't participate with that. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And what happened? I said, before you know it, that person will be selling weed. This is what I said 3 years ago. This is in the midst of COVID. I said, before you know it, they'll be selling weed out of the church. Talking about God told them to sell weed. And it came to pass. How did I know? A spirit will allow us to know some things. Sometimes we don't catch it right away, you all. But we do have to be careful what all we take into our spirits. That's what I know. And you have to try the spirit by the spirit. You got to know the tree, the fruit that's bearing from the tree that you are getting your food from. Not just naturally from the earth, but from one another, and especially from your mate. Y'all pray for one another. I still do. I still pray for my ex. I pray that God bless them to become real, true, honest, God-fearing, for real, God-fearing men. I do. And I mean that. I pray that they never have the mindset to hurt not another woman or soul. And I pray that they purge from all of the demonic forces that is taking over their minds and their spirits. Yes, I do. That is what we're supposed to do with those who we have mated with, those that we have married, those of us that have even had encounters with those who may have raped and molested you. You have to pray for your enemy. All right, Sister Jamaica, there we go. We coming in. You got to pray for them. I'm not saying that it ain't gonna bother you sometime when it comes to your mind. That's human. That's human. But somebody got to call out this spirit.
That's human. That's human. But somebody got to call out this spirit.
I heard it.
That's human. But somebody got to call out this spirit.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Greetings. I was trying to see, can I hear me? I got you in, Sister Jamaica. We see your face. It's
Huh?
like, we got somebody in, y'all. Y'all gonna come on in. Y'all can get in here. I got you. Oh, you look beautiful. Look at all that healthy hair. I see you. It may be freezing, lagging a little bit on your ear. Let me see. Can it add you? Can you all see her? Somebody let me know if you can see Sister Jamaica. Can y'all see her? Did I click her in good? Sister Tasha, someone that's in. Sister Sybil.
Yeah.
Different ones that's in. Can
Can
you
you hear
see
me
you?
okay?
Yeah, I can hear you good. I can hear you good.
Oh, okay. Perfect. Okay. So my system is lagging, and I'm wondering maybe that's why some others aren't able to get in. My system is, acting up really. But
Okay. Thanks for letting me know. Because I do see where the chat slowed down too some. And I was
mhm,
wondering about that.
I
Yeah, I do see.
definitely.
Oh yeah, I see you, Sister Denise. Okay. Greetings, Sister Denise. I see you all now. I have some purple flakes left, Sister Denise. But go ahead. I can hear you, Sister Jamaica.
I have so much. You know me, I'm funny too. But when you said about half bathing, I said, yeah, that was me. Because when I had my accident, I had to have a cast on. So yes, I had only washed half the arm. Oh boy. But you have to
It's
throw a little
equity.
humor.
You said when you had a cast on your arm, you had to have it. Oh, that's understandable. It is freezing.
That's right. I got my I got my strawberries today, y'all. I got my strawberries today, but I'm
Yes,
going
he
to
had her daughter birthday. Happy birthday! You got a June
I
baby in
will
the
let her
house. Her
know.
daughter, you all, Sister Jamaica's oldest daughter birthday was yesterday. So happy birthday to everyone that had a birthday in June.
That's it. Um, I did.
Yeah, it is lagging.
Oh, it's lagging bad. But anyway,
Mm-hmm.
uh, I did look up and get a seeded watermelon. So I'm definitely going to try this. Oh my goodness, that looks so delicious. I'm gonna work on that right after.
It is. It is. It is. It really is good. You're gonna love the taste. I believe you
Mm-hmm.
are.
Oh, definitely. Definitely one for eating healthy. It's been my journey, you all, for whew, even before the kids. But when I came in with knowing Dr. Chef, it just took it a little higher because let's say I was always one for no meats. When I was a little girl, I just didn't like it. I didn't care for it. I didn't want it.
Mm-hmm.
So, what was I gonna say? My issue that I had, and I'm over it now, but was the dairy, the cheese, and milk. I didn't care for milk, so that was not a problem. But
Mm-hmm.
it was the cheese, not a whole lot of it, whatever. But I've relinquished that. So it's been about a year now. I think we talked about. So I'm good with fruits, vegetables, and whatever else I can conjure up. I love salads and different things. So it's a journey, you all, but it is a blessing, and you will see the changes. You know, I had dark circles in my eyes, you know, and
Mm-hmm.
that's all cleared up and so forth.
Yeah,
You know,
it's lagging so bad we can barely hear any of what you're saying. Every other word, you probably have to tune out or tune back in to
okay.
see him. You try it again then. Mm-hmm.
How I get
It's
out of
too
there?
choppy now. We can't make out what you're saying now for some
Okay.
reason. Yeah, it's too choppy. Let me see. Yeah, it's way too choppy. I don't know why. Need one moment, you all. Can you all see me? Can you all hear me and see me? Hey, Auntie, I'm on live. Okay. Can you all hear me and see me? I'm trying to see it. I'm trying to see who that was. Can you all hear me, y'all? Can somebody let me know if you can hear me? Because it seemed like you went through a freeze. Need to see. Yeah, this is not a good reception thing here. It's still freezing up. I guess because we had a storm. Yes, you seen and heard. Okay, good. Thank you all so much. Well, you all, I know that we would wanted to be able to get more in depth in this if I have to do a part 3 and then break down some more specifics. Send in your questions to the 618-388-8100 number if you all want to be able to have your a specific topic concerning this matter and the psychological effects that this may have on your mind, body, and your spirit and your soul, then let me know. I am open for the discussion for surely. The brother that wanted to come in, I could not link him in. However, it's okay. Remember to get your watermelon. You all that want to order your moringa, the powerful moringa, please keep in mind it's just $25 now because shipment has gone up. And then the sea moss, I have flakes, purple sea moss flakes left, but you can still grind those up the same and get the same results. And for your order, $40 for this. The colon cleanse, you all, they help cleanse the gut. Give me one moment here. I'll read off before it's time to let off, before it's time for me to go. And let me make sure I do that right. Let me read before it's time to go here. The power of the moringa is the antioxidants, the normalize the blood sugar. It helps it. It's an anti-inflammatory. It is the seminal hair growth. Yes, it does grow hair. I'm a witness of that. Sister Jamaica, when it's time to come on, hey, that's as I am. And then also it increased energy endurance. I'm going in for my break. Good for vision. It has definitely improved my vision, you all. I cannot say that it has not. You all remember I was struggling trying to look because I started spending more time before this internet, and I started noticing some blur coming through my vision. And no, I was not taking my moringa at the time. Not at all on a regular basis. I'm very honest with you all. And so when I started taking this moringa in less than 3 days, I started seeing my vision clear up. Of course, it helps to be practicing how to eat to live, just like I was with my, once again, those tune in now and later, the watermelon, blended watermelon with the seeds with 1 tablespoon of the moringa. And I also use 1 teaspoon of my purple sea moss. Delicious. When I tell you delicious, I mean delicious. I would not lie to you. The cook in me would not lie to you. It's good and very, very hydrating and very, very good for reducing inflammation. Y'all remember I had that pain in my knee? Gone. Gone. With eating this, drinking this, and then also making sure that I stay up on my vitamins. It made a world of difference. I mean, I was having pains from that injury, and I was concerned. And I'm telling you now, that powerful moringa, along with that sea moss, does it. And the moringa can do it by itself as well. So can the sea moss. But together, oh my God, that's an awesome duo. That's what I'm talking about. When you practice oneness, you can have 2 different purposes. And when you put it together in one, you make it 3. You got God in the center, the mental food of God. It'll heal anything, you all. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind when we're talking about mating. I just kept it in the refrigerator to make sure that it was cold. The colon cleanse. If for those of you all that like thick drink, you can get this. Eat this. You can put 2 tablespoons inside of your drink and drink it down as well. Those who all that like smoothies, rather, you could take the colon purifier and cleanse the gut out. It clears the parasites and all. I didn't finish off all of the powerful things that the moringa does, but help. Remember that it improves the digestive system. It's good nutrition for benefits for infants, months old, and also for older and pregnant and nursing mothers. Good for anti-tumors. What you all did know is that when Jessica had tuned in to share her testimony and how far she has come along with her tumors, she actually had some of my moringa in her cup that day. She didn't say nothing until after we got off, because I was reading off things, and then when it came to her, she didn't want to be rude or interfere. But I said, no, that would have been perfect. I would love for you to share with them that you were drinking your moringa, but since she couldn't, I am now. And this is what I've been taking in every day again, because I stopped from last summer, and then I got back on it again when I needed it, because like I said, it was for vision purposes. I wanted to see if it worked, and it worked faster than what I had thought. I did not even do my colloidal silver drops or anything like that at all. And the reason why it's so critical, you all, is because some of y'all may not know, but I have a severed muscle. A muscle from when I was 5 years old. I was in an accident, and it caused my muscle in my eye to sever. So it's already a little blear. I already don't have 20/20 vision out of it. And so when I looked again, so meaning that makes it even the more so of importance that I be able to see out of both of my eyes. I mean, it was so bad to where my eye used to wander when I was younger, and I had to practice on what we call, look at this, sun gazing. It isn't a Native American thing. Yes, one of my grandmothers is most definitely Native American. Last name Rain, come from out of the coast of Florida. Just so you all know, they named her after Myrtle Beach there in Florida. My grandmother, Myrtle Wallace, but her maiden name was Rain. She was definitely was Native American. And I'm telling you now that sat in with me, with her in nature, and they loved everything with nature. My father's side, my father's mother, they love everything concerning nature, and I believe that that's been transferred over to me in my DNA. And so this is the reason why health and wellness will always be with me and always be very, very important to me. But more importantly, and the spirit in how we do when we are practicing eating healthy and being fruitful, and also when it comes down to how we mate. That will always be very important, because I know that that is the foundation to what helps make us stronger, and it helps us to unite to be a better people, more importantly, a more better God-fearing people that loves nature. And yes, I know I have to go. And this is Sister Jamaica. Thank you so much for putting in. If you all look down in the chat, and then also we're gonna put in for the 1-800 for the 618 number, they can put in to call in to place orders at 618 via text is seen first. But you can leave a voicemail if you cannot text, if it's in the midst of emergency. There is orders that go out tomorrow as well, and Friday. All right, you all. Sorry that you all couldn't get on the way you would have wanted to, thanks to this connection. Push gonna shove. I see I'm gonna have to start going over to the other office again, so that we can be able to get you all into this chat, because that is so important. I know that it's critical now that I know there are different ones that want to come in. I just shared that with you all. Peace, love, and good health, you all. I need to go ahead and tune out so that I can finish drinking my watermelon, my sea moss, and my moringa. Yes, I said it. Remember, you all, 1 tablespoon of moringa, $25 if you want to purchase from me. And then I have the flakes for the dark purple, most potent supernatural sea moss from Dr. Chef Botanical brand. I have 1 teaspoon of this in there. And don't forget, the mental boost is on back order for $65 for those who have mental glitch and want to be able to do good testing and be able to think clearly. $65 for those. If you place your order now, you will be the one that will get your order when the first shipment comes. And then also the advanced multivitamin. Be into 4 to 6 weeks in for these to come back in. Maybe a little sooner. Right now, 4 to 6 weeks. So I advise you all to get in on the first shipment so that you can get your advanced multivitamin in that first order, okay? Because they buy out like crazy. Yes, it does, because it does work. It's loaded with tons of, I don't know of any on the market like this that I have and that actually tastes good. And that's not me promoting myself. That's me telling the truth, okay? And then also we have the advanced, my advanced B12, and it's the watermelon flavor, y'all. Tastes delicious. 1 syringe of that throughout the day will give you your boost of energy that you need for $40. And then for those who are interested in coming on and making you some funds, business opportunity with the 4 Life Spray. There are some hearing more cases of those who have been diagnosed in Jamaica. For the record, the 4 Life Spray for anyone, you mentioned a friend or a friend that stated that they had COVID. This right here, that's all I can say. This right here, this right here, this right here. 5 squirts underneath the tongue. You think that this is like a mint, like a spray. It does not taste bad at all. It does have the colloidal silver mixed in there. And if they if they're not vegan, it still works. Very, very powerful. 30-day supply, $40 for if you want to order through me. And it'd be the same if you order through the manufacturer. But for those who all that want to sell this and they have other products, but this is the main product that I promote because this is what gave me the best results and the quickest turnover recovery from our people that were down and out with autoimmune diseases, asthma, and that were suffering from this was the best turnover rate that I had out of all the products that I tried within the last couple of years. This one was it. I'm not going to lie. This was the fastest result, the most convenient, the most easiest, and the most best tasting out of them all as well, that helped with boosting the immune system to that 4.8, so that those who were bedbound was able to get up, rid themselves of all of the mucus and get back to work or to get back to their normal life and healing their bodies. All right, you all, that is the 4 Life Spray. I'm a big promoter of that. You call in, you can get my PIN number because that helps me to be able to give back to the children that's autistic, the parents that's taking care of disabled children, and to our homeless elders here. And boy, do we have a lot on this here. So I love you all. Note that I look forward to speaking to you all later. I just about see the watermelon. Hey, we got Sister Jack in the house. You all tune back in, and please like and share this one. But yes, tune in for Motivational Monday. This past Motivational Monday was not happening. And once again, internet issues. That's the reason why you all seen testing taking place. But this time, I think what's going to happen is I'm going to go ahead and try myself into the other office because it's just too much lacking. Remember, you all to stay cool. Get your seeded watermelon in your system. That's the most that I can promote. Get you some good fresh lemonade for those of you all that don't suffer from too much high acidity. If you can't get the lemons, get the lime. A little bit of raw honey in your local area if you just got to have it sweet. A little bit. And if you can't do that, then you can do raw other fruits. But get it in the alkaline the body, keep yourself cool. So nobody have to worry about being ran to the hospital or to the ER just to get an IV. Okay. I love you all. And to further notice, we're going to think of another good topic. Peace, blessings, family. Sister Dorothy said, peace, blessings to the family, and appreciate you all. Please remember to all the donations. Thank you all for the donations. They help out tremendously. And know that I love you all very dearly. Bye bye. Until next time.